Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Oh, why, oh, why? Are there fucking rejected immigrants? What is fucking deeply, horrifically wrong with us? You want to be a rejected immigrant? Do you know how many times? Anyway. You want to be a rejected immigrant? Wow. That's like international homelessness. Get the fuck out. We don't want you. Fuck you. And they're just hanging on. This isn't, oh, wow, we're leaving Europe and we're going to the superland. Oh, really? No. And fuck you. Get out of here. Get out of here. They die. And we allow this as humans? Wow. And your stock markets are more important? Every stock person, oh, I'm late for making more money. Oh, I made more money. Really? I'm going to make you all the fucking rejected immigrants. It's amazing. The king of the hills. Hey, get down, bad. Oh, shit on you. Get away. Ooh. You'll do anything to, you might have even started out poor. But once you get there, it's all defense and fuck you. Survival of the fittest, it's the whole world is a pyramid once it's run by the golden calf money. You understand? It's the whole world is a pyramid scheme. There's not a lot of room at the top, how a pyramid's made, like boom, like it's just, that thing, whatever, bo. Really? You should be a fucking rejected immigrant. I'll be crazy. I've been homeless a lot. Wow. HOMME, less. There's no ho. There's no ohm, there's no center, there's no peace, there's no eye of the hurricane, and there's no identity. And I relate to these rejected immigrants because I just cannot fucking tell you. I really am not exaggerating, like I don't even want to think about it. My daughter, before she died, said, Dad, homelessness is this last one, that's what she said. This last bout, you got post-traumatic stress disorder, Dad. You're just not the same. Wow. Somewhere your resilience just goes. The battery just isn't one of these new super-duper walkie-talkies that don't run out. Over 100 times, that's what I was going to say. That wasn't an exaggeration. Get out of here. We're calling the police. Were you asking those people for money? Well, I know I'm a piece of shit. Because I'm paranoid, schizophrenic, and I'm out of my mind. Rejected immigrants. There's a song, I'm a 60s child, I'm 67. And I was fortunate to grow up 10 minutes from New York City. Ironically, I didn't really understand it then. I surely do now. I was born on my mother's side into wealth. Chris Rock does that. What's wealth? What's rich? And the 8-foot basketball player is just so sweet. Chris Rock says, well, he's rich. He said, the guy who writes his check, well, he's wealth. Wealth is usually quiet. It's just there. By 15, well, I'm not going to get into my story. That was the end of it. But it is the reason I care about rejected immigrants. It's so astounding at 67. My great-grandfather was a rabbi on my daddy's side. My mother was paranoid, schizophrenic, evil, horrible. My dad was the greatest father in the world. I'm just the dichotomy of extremes. Too much inbreeding. Whatever it is. Anyway, I am telling you, when I ran away from home, being molested for 2 years, anybody ever listen to this? Mike Kennis, find that fucking guy and throw him in jail. What a fucking piece of shit. He ended up being a school principal. I'm sent to some Jew camp. My dad died. This guy's fucking me in the ass. Shows up and goes, well, we know I'll be special ed, so I'll just come and tutor him. And my stepfather and mother, oh, what a nice guy. Really? Another fucking Bill Cosby and Jeffrey Epstein. Anyway, what do I know? My daddy died. He was my protection. He was the greatest father in the world. It dies in my arms. Like, for real. Like, this is like, my whole life's, oh, fucking dramatic. Anyway, the point is, there was a lot I knew at 15. I didn't know I was mentally ill. But now, I've read so much in the last 8 years on paranoid schizophrenia, because it doesn't matter, but I just lived in denial and lied to everybody. But anyway, those days are done. You're as sick as your deepest secret. I will tell anybody anything that I think and feel, and I'll say, listen, you don't have to believe this. I have a religion of one. I believe it. Just believe I believe it. There's no absolute truth. That was a very freeing, scaring 61. It was at 61 that I just, from there on in, there is no absolute truth. And for someone like me, it's really scary. But it's very free. You can't be full of yourself if you know there's no absolute truth. But one of the things that I knew when I had to run away from home, my daddy died. I grew up in a very privileged neighborhood. I had no clue what the world was. Nothing. My brother's like 10 years older and normal, and I am definitely cuckoo nuts. The reason I started laughing is that they had to send the police to find me. I think it was kindergarten. But you never worry about shit at all in those days. At least that, I don't know. I don't even remember police going through our neighborhood ever. Like, police go around because, there might be crime, we need to protect, serve. But there's no police that need to come. Like, that's how I grew up, a declawed cat. But the police had to find me. That was my first, I just remember that so clearly. There were over 30 different entities. That's all I can say. We were all talking. And the point is, my imaginary friends have never left. That's just a story for another day. But the issue is that my mother was mean and rotten, told me chronically, I wish I shouldn't have listened to your father, I should have aborted you. And my dad dies of a massive heart attack. My mother remarried, so she's so out of her mind. Oh man, 9 years younger, and I do love my stepfather, but he was 36 and so goddamn full of himself, a Taurus, May 4th. And of course I'm 14 and I'm insane. Insane. I don't know it. And I'm in Aries. Oh my God, that's a bad combo. Anyway, it was terrible. My mom and daddy never argued ever. That's all Yussel and Florence ever did. It was so bizarre. I wake up like this if there's no noise, because voices and hallucinations my whole life. Like, wow. I've always wanted to commit suicide since I'm age 10. And my daddy was alive. I'm not even going to, who needs to analyze this? But I just like, wow. Sleeping has always been groovy, and I never dream. I tell people now coyly, I don't need to dream. I'm luckier than the rest of you. I dream awake. So I want to commit suicide. Every time I sleep, plumb line or whatever that's called, deadline, I don't know what it is. Wow. Peace. Like, wow. It's 12:17 minutes and seconds. Who's gonna watch this shit? Anyway, let's just get to the point of rejected immigrants. Like, so with all this shit and being molested, and I went to 6 schools. I don't have a GED because I'm always listening to voices and communing with my community that doesn't exist to anyone else, and they really didn't have special ed yet. Anyway, at 15, I run away from home, having no understanding. But I have one understanding about rejected immigrants. The craziest thing about growing up with way too much money, I realize now, and for the last few years, my great-grandfather, whatever, I just think a lot. I saw what I have to believe, 90, Bernie, I love you, Bernie. I love you, Elizabeth Warren. I love you guys. I just adore you. AOC, you want to adopt an insane man? Yeah, I'd love you to be my granddaughter. Anyway, what was my point? My point is that I fully, like 99, whatever Bernie talks about, most people in America are the American dream, the American dream. I was birthed into the souring and the disgusting molding of soul and callous horror in watching my mother, who had no concern except for herself and what she wanted. And she had the money. My mother, seriously, she didn't look at price tags. we had a Riviera, which was, I think, a really wowie do at the time. I was born in 1955. Every 2 years, Hart Buick, Hart, would deliver. And my mother would be pissed off to get a call. I'm not ready yet. Wow. And I have to say something in true confession. In my limited linear understanding, and I'm really, because of my dad, I'm kind of grooved out. I'm a Jew. That identity means a lot to me. I won't get into all the deeper things. My dad loved God, and he loved God by loving others. I'm telling you, it was so bizarre. And he loved my mom. He wouldn't put her away. My dad was so kind. I wish I was him. Anyway, nevertheless, I saw my mother. My dad died. It might have been very different had he not. But I'm trapped with an insane mother who marries a man 9 years younger in a Jewish heart. You just don't do any of it. My grandparents I don't think they ever spoke to Yussel. He's just all weird. But the point is, and now this camp counselor or whatever, he was a lifeguard, he ran the swim shit. I remember him coming in fucking other boys. God damn it. And I do thank someone in my life who seriously pointed out that that this person, Mike Kennis, is a predator. I didn't understand any of that shit. And I'm mentally ill. Really, my radar is there ain't no cameras. I'm in other worlds. I'm just easy pickings. Anyway, 1717. Gotta finish in 20. Hurry up. So, but what I did know, what I know now, is that I saw the American nightmare. I saw, like I said, if you really love milk, I guess most people don't, but I do. And it's cold, in the diners in Jersey, KOLD, cold milk. Wow. Anyway, but when it sours, wow. Too many times I grew up understanding how bad the golden calf and money, and that money makes the world go round. The only thing that should make the world go round is compassion. Every religion teaches if you're going to love your God, you've got to take care of the weak. Who's ever the weakest, we got to bolster them. And instead we have a world, it doesn't matter what your political system is and your belief systems are. Everyone becomes national religious people when it comes to their survival, and everything's survival of the fittest. We're all going to die anyway. We see that? How is it we're so oblivious? So we're going to die anyway. And every God says, if you really want to get on my good side, and you got it better, be Mother Teresa, be Dr. King, be Dr. Hunter Patch Adams. Just a strong take care of the weak. You're going to die anyway. Be a good Samaritan. Look at what Muhammad taught. Holy Famba Doopy. Huh? They all teach the tough side. It's just the way it is. But my point is that everyone, all the Hindus, oh my God, the Christians, the Jews, even the Buddhists, which isn't really it doesn't matter. Atheists, you read humanistic material. They go with, hey, if it's going to be, it's up to me. But they still say, hey, some of them go, we better love.